Hello, beautiful souls. It's LaMeel of LaMeel.com and ManifestingBitch.com. And today I'm going to share with you 10 Feng Shui tips to attract money and abundance into your home. So let me pull up my list here. And these tips are tips that I have acquired, tips that I have just recently done in my new home. Probably should have done them as soon as I moved in. There was so much going on. So I just did these with my new home and definitely can say that I noticed a huge difference energetically, immediately, and then financially from just doing these 10 simple things. So what we're going to do is use a little bit of Feng Shui, right, to attract some money and some abundance. So the first thing I want you to do is to find the money or abundance corner in your home. So in your home, wherever your door is, right, as you are facing the entrance, so you're at the door, right, and you are coming in. So you're coming into your home, you're on the outside of the door, your furthest left-hand corner of the entire house is the money corner for your entire house. If you do the same thing for any room, right? So as you're at the door getting ready to enter, the furthest left-hand corner of that room is the money corner of that particular room. Things that you would want to have in the money corner of your home is a plant. You want to have like a symbol of all the elements, right? So you want the plants, water, like a simple water fountain, or a beautiful cup that holds some purified water. You want to make sure that it's really, really clean water, because otherwise water that's sitting has a lot of chemicals in it will, the minerals in it will develop on your glass. So a plant, money, anything that represents money to you. If you are into gods and goddesses that represent money, if you just want to use like a cross and have God in that corner, that's a great thing to have. Okay, so you can do that and put those things in each corner of every room. You don't have to do every room, because like I don't bother with my kids' rooms. My older children know and understand the concept, so if they choose to do that in their rooms, they can, which most of them do. And then I worry about the corner of the house and then my room. So I have a room that I call the Botanica, and I have the kitchen, and I have my office and my bedroom. Those are the ones that I focus on for in terms of making sure that the money corner is fully developed and appreciated. So your tip number one for Feng Shui tip number one is the very first thing on every Feng Shui to-do list anyway, is always to tackle your clutter. And the reason for that is that qi, right, is kind of like water. It streams. It's consistently flowing and moving around. So the only thing that stops the flow of water or the flow of qi is a dam. And so in the realm of your home or your office or wherever you are, clutter is dam-like, okay? And it affects your space like a dam. So instead of allowing the qi to flow and move around freely, the energy gets blocked up. And so it results in an imbalance, and there's too much in one zone and not enough in the other. And so the qi is not flowing good, and thus, that abundance and the money is just not there. Okay. Feng Shui tip number two is to fix any leaky faucets. Okay. Water is highly symbolic of money energy, but it also means you need to be careful about how the water in your home is being used. So you want to fix any leaky pipes, any leaks you have, any faucets that leak, because if that's going on in your home, it means that the same thing is going to happen like to your bank accounts or to your PayPal accounts and any other credit accounts. If you have a slow leak in the house, you've got a slow leak in your finances. So you want to always make sure that your plumbing is, in tip-top shape and up to par. Feng Shui tip number 3 is to clean your front door. So let's be honest, how many of us, when was the last time you cleaned your door? Not just the inside, but the outside. And you can actually take that a step further and paint your door, okay? And make it clean and fresh, because the front door is where chi energy enters your space. So if you're like me and you work from home and you also have, I moved my notes. And you also have an office, you want to make sure the door to that office is also clean. And like my doors to my office are French doors. So I clean the glass, and then I wipe the door itself down with a money oil, and because it smells good, and it helps to bring in abundance. And I do the same thing. My front door has the windows up the side, so I clean those, and I clean my door inside and out, and then I wipe my door down, and the hardwood right in front of the door with abundance oil to help that chi flow, right? So that it's moving freely and coming into the home without any obstacles whatsoever, which is important. So Feng Shui tip number 4 is that you want to replace burnt out light bulbs. So burnt out light bulbs basically translates into dimmed energy. Chi loves light. So burnt out bulbs become an energy repellent, right? There's no light there, no energy is flowing there. So don't put off changing your light bulbs. You want to change your light bulbs as soon as they go out. And for example, like this section of my wall, I have 3 lights here, 3 different sections of shelves. And I just discovered that it's not the light bulb. It is something to do with the actual outlet. So I can't really fix that right now, but I will go out and buy one of those touch lights so that there is still light here, so that every single corner of my office has light. So it keeps your future financial possibilities bright, right? Keep the office bright. You don't want to have a really dark, dingy office, workspace, or home, really. You want to keep the lights on, you want to keep things clear, and you want to allow for abundance to flow. So now we're on to number 5. So Feng Shui tip number 5 is to add some plants. And since plants are living things, they automatically attract chi energy, okay, as well as creating a symbol of abundance. Typically, a jade plant is very traditional in Feng Shui, and it's the traditional choice in Feng Shui, I should say, for attracting wealth. But if you don't have a jade plant, you can easily get a mint plant. They sell those in the grocery store in the produce section. Rosemary or mint, even like cinnamon sticks. Cinnamon is known for it money drawing properties. So put some plants around. The other thing is that if you have dead plants, they are huge energy blockers. Okay, so get rid of those. Throw them away. If you can't bring them back to life, and that's not part of what you do is in terms of reviving things in one particular area, and usually there's a greenhouse. I do that a little bit in my little botanical room. But if they've got a certain amount of time to come back to life, and if they don't, they've got to go. I dump them, and sometimes I dump them with the pot. Sometimes I cleanse the pot so that I can start again fresh. But you want to get rid of anything that's dead, anything dead laying around, even if it's rotten food. You just get rid of it, okay? Because it is going to block the chi in that area. Feng Shui tip number 6 is to put the toilet seat down. And again, water, and I apologize for looking down, but I can actually see myself down here. So of course that's how I'm checking. But you want to put the toilet seat down. Okay, again, water is highly attractive to the money vibration, and even something like flushing the toilet is something that you need to be careful about. However, this is a really easy resolve. When you're flushing the toilet, put the toilet seat down, prior to flushing. Now, I insist that my kids always have the toilet seat down. I never want to walk past the bathroom and see the toilet water, the toilet nothing. It's not how I was brought up. It's not how I was trained, whatever. Toilet seats are to be closed at all times. And if you're using the toilet, you do what you need to do. You close the toilet and then you flush the toilet. And then you have absolutely no problems. Okay, so now your feng shui tip, number 7, is to clean your windows. And I touched on that a little bit earlier. Okay, windows are the eyes to your home, like your eyes are the windows to your soul. And so dirty windows can symbolically cloud your vision on what you need to be doing, and affect your perception on situations in your life that could be drawing in more money. So clean your windows, actually, and you clean the inside and clean the outside. Okay. Uh, Feng Shui tip number 8 is to add some gold and or some purple. Okay, so if you add a little bit of gold, a little bit of purple to the house, to your rooms, to your office, um, those are the ideal colors of choice for attracting wealth and abundance. Now, me personally, gold is okay, but I love silver and I love diamonds and I love things that sparkle. So, in that case, and if you're a person who loves jade or if you're a person who loves emeralds, then do that. Bring in the emeralds, bring in the diamonds, bring in the gold, whatever is amethyst is the amethyst crystal is wonderful. Okay, because it's also kind of purple and that is very traditional, but do what is symbolic for you for wealth. Okay. Now we're on to feng shui tip number 9, which is mirrors. And mirrors are not only to view yourself, which, it's a great thing, but it's also is a reflection of your financial picture. So mirrors are another water element, and they're excellent for attracting wealth and prosperity. But you want to try to keep them out of your bedroom. Put them everywhere else. I mean, I do have a mirror in my bedroom, and I will be getting some really beautiful lace that I will be covering my mirrors at night, just because energetically it results in poor sleep. But if you're not that serious about feng shui, don't worry about that in your sleep. Fill your home with mirrors. Okay, so I have a mirror here that will be up there. It'll be the only mirror in my office. My adult lounge in my house has 2 mirrors, but now it has 2 like ceiling to floor mirrors, and then it's going to have another mirror I'm putting in there. The kitchen doesn't have a mirror, but the other living room has a mirror. My Botanica is all glass, so there's no mirrors, but even in the basement, every room has mirrors except for the theater room. So it is good to have mirrors everywhere. And finally, feng shui tip number 10 is your stove. Believe it or not, a clean but well-used stove is an ancient symbol of your financial stability, right? And prosperity, because your stove is being used. You have the finances to cook, to feed yourself, to feed your family, to feed others, to share in the wealth. And usually that was, sharing in the wealth was inviting people over and breaking bread with them, right? I have to say, this just reminded me that I'm not a big fan of gold, but I love the new rose gold. I love it. I love it. In case, anybody wanted to send me something. So, it doesn't mean that, so basically you want to have your stove clean. You want to have it clean, but you want it to be used, okay? And you want to be using it several times a week to make some really good, healthy foods. Use different burners if you are alone and you are only cooking for yourself, right? Alternate your burners. I know sometimes if you pay attention, you may have 2 larger eyes and 2 smaller eyes. And so just switch them up. Like for me, I use at least 2 to 3 eyes every time. I go to cook anything, and a lot of times I'm using all four because we're such a large family when I go to cook. But cook healthy foods for yourself from scratch, not in the microwave, not fast food, not delivery. Not that they're not okay on occasion, but cook. Use your stove, use it well, use it for good quality food, and that in and of itself will bring abundance. And especially if you are using the herbs and spices that are known to draw financial abundance to your life, you've got it made. So those are my 10 tips. They will be written below here if you are in my blog post. If you are watching this on YouTube, the link to the blog post will be down here for you, so you can go over and read those tips as well. So happy manifesting, and I will see you on the next video.